I was feeling really dragged down by the weight of this blooming list that never seemed to get any shorter. And of constantly being reminded every single day of all the things that I wasn't doing or hadn't done yet, you know, and it just felt really, really heavy. And some of the things had been on the list for years, and I obviously was never going to get around to doing them. So I could quite easily have let them go, but they had to stay on the list because the list is important.
Yes.
So it really just felt like I was trying to drag a boulder up a mountain, and it was exhausting. And it's not good for your energy. It's not good for your self-esteem, is it, when you feel like you're constantly behind? And the most transformational thing for me, because I was a technophobe, I am a bit of a technophobe still, was learning how to use Trello. And you taught it so beautifully. And I just absolutely love it now, because it means I've always got it syncs with the phone as well. So I've always got my list there if I need to look at it. And I'm finding I look at it less and less, actually, because I know what I'm doing. And it kind of, you taught it in a way that makes it possible just to focus on what needs doing today without having to carry the rest of it around up here somewhere or down there somewhere. You can just focus on what actually needs doing, and the result of that is it just feels so much lighter, and it feels now that the list is supporting me rather than dragging me down. I just feel totally differently about it. There's so much more space and calm around things, and I can see it's much easier to prioritize when you can focus on what actually needs focusing on for now, and then you know all the rest is there prioritized and in order. And you can have a quick glance at the overview if you want to, but when I look at it now, it doesn't feel like this heavy thing. It's just, oh yeah, that's going in that week and that's going in that month, and they're all where they need to be, and that gives you a sense of control, I think. So I was feeling particularly overwhelmed when I joined, and I was thinking, oh God, is this going to be another thing on the list that I never get around to doing, or, you know, I start and I don't finish, or I just feel I'm left behind all the time. And it wasn't like that at all. You paced it so beautifully in really small bite-sized chunks, and you created lots of space around each chunk for that chunk to settle in before you introduce the next chunk, because I think it could have been quite overwhelming otherwise. But it was perfect the way you delivered it. And it's so much worth the time and the investment, you know, because it's paid off in more ways than one. I'm just much happier and more productive. And I have tamed my to-do list. I don't feel like I've got a tiger by the tail anymore. If you are feeling desperate and you're feeling dragged down by your to-do list, because it's supposed to help you, you know, and it can just become a burden, really. So if you're feeling like that, get on the course. It doesn't have to be that way. You know, and I'm sure you won't regret it. It's worth every penny.